Okay, it's time for b4. Bishop b2. And we will not play the move e3. Instead, knight f3. Let's go for c4. Now, do we want to go b5 right away? I don't know about that. We can start with a3. Let's go ahead and do it. Knight c3, bishop e2, castle. That's what I'm looking to do. Easy enough. Bishop b6. Let's get castled. a4, maybe d4. I'll take. Rook takes bishop back, looks fine. Also, bishop b5 could be a nice one to include. Pawn takes, definitely wrong. Huh. So clearly there's knight e5. Even then, we're still going to have our center pawn, so can't be that bad, but I don't know, do we have any other moves to consider? Pawn takes on f3, I mean, just kind of looks unnecessary. Unnecessary, I think, is the correct way to say that. Let's bring the queen. Now, knight takes, pawn takes looks like something, but then you realize the knight's defended. That's unfortunate. We almost want to do that. Here, not here because of rook b6. We'll keep it simple. Yeah, we still have the classic. Center pawns versus wing pawns. I think rook b1 makes a good deal of sense here. Takes. Could take. I think our bishop is going to be really good on c3 here. Rook b1. Yeah, rook b1 I like. I think I will consider a5. Okay, gotta watch this pawn here. Go after this one. Maybe this could work. So we'll try this. Now what happens here? Feels like we're winning. We got to be so careful. Ugh. I suppose you keep doing this in the off chance that he plays king. What? There's no way. By the way, he had 10 seconds here. We had 1.5. I had effectively, like, my hand was for a moment off of the mouse. 0.6 to 7.8? What? How are these moves taking this long to play? Oh my god, what? I'm so confused by that. Anyway. Anyway. What on earth was that? Bishop f3 was a nice move here. I thought we were doing well. We had recovered a little bit. And this, man, boy did I have this one, wrong. A lot easier for black to just play this move, but somehow we don't lose this position. I don't understand, but we'll take it. Free from tilt. Let's see if we can cause him to relapse. Let's play h3. Surely always going to be a useful move. We're going to leave that one there for now, at least. So you'd like to go here, but I think then d5 can really happen. Let's do this. Knight d5. And the b7 pawn is very important. I don't think you can let that fall. Let's do this. Just applying pressure. I don't know exactly what we're achieving yet. something. Something is happening. Bishop takes. I think we take with this pawn. Okay, we have this. We have this. So many moves all of a sudden. So many moves. Bishop b8, queen b7. Let's go queen here. Bishop b8, bishop c6. Queen check doesn't really matter because that bishop is going to be lost. Queen takes here. You end up taking this pawn, but surely our pawn is going to be more than enough. Let's take. GG. B4. Okay, so we're going to play c4. We're going to learn from a previous game and make sure that we definitely get this move in before black plays d5, d4. Case in point, we're going to need to take that. Let's castle. Knight c3 we want to do, but not when we're going to have to take with the pawn at the end, so... Queen c1 and knight c3, alternatively d3. I don't mind this. We're also threatening the pawn. At f4, in my opinion, kind of annoying. Makes me think perhaps rook e1 should have been played first. Bishop e5, knight d3. Okay. Here you could probably go for the same bishop takes. For that reason, I think I am gonna go here. Bishop c7 coming? I think bishop c7 is happening, isn't it? Yeah, let's start with this. I'm actually really bothered by knight b4 on the previous turn, so I have to play the move that deals with that. We're just not playing pure chess if we're not. Finally, we develop our last piece here. We have a bit more control in terms of pawns in the center, but black has way too much pressure for us to even dream of saying we prefer our position yet. Bishop c7, there's now knight b5, so I think black might take and then maybe go bishop c7. interesting. Here takes, and queen takes c5. There's going to be a knight move there. Is that bad for me? This. Knight b4, we have queen a7. Oh, might have to trust the calculation here. Oh. I don't know if I do. All right. Don't hurt me too bad here. Knight b4, queen a7. Bishop b6, queen b7. We allow this, but we have a ton of pawns there. We also have this as an option, but actually not crazy because we are threatening to take and go knight d6. I didn't even think of that. This is what I was counting on, is just take all the pawns. This is kind of interesting. I didn't see this one till now. Taking the knight and the rook is obviously quite tempting. I think we do this. Also, I will take this full bishop if I have the chance. So you got to move that thing. Take the rook that seems to be furthest away from the action. That is not checkmate, and that is a win. Opponent thought they were back ranking us, but Mr. Habits himself does not get back ranked. Here we go, b4. c6. Let's just defend. Get ourselves castled. Now I'm wondering, do we play c4 with the bishop out there or not? I think I'm going to do it. Put a rook on b1 pretty quick, I think. I'm more used to the bishop being on e2 in these positions, so it's a little bit strange, but I think no problem. Bishop a3. Do we really have enough pressure to just go after this? All right, let's commit. We're going to lock that bishop in. Committing.
Move my body back and forth. Move my body back and forth. Move my body back and forth.
Okay, I think this way.
Move my body back and forth. Move my body back and forth.
Now he's gonna get one square here. Knight coming to c7. We're definitely gonna be better. Knight c7. Yeah, let's just go like this. I'm gonna have to retreat some pieces when they get attacked. Knight b5, I'm guessing. I have to put up with knight f4. Damn it. Not ideal. Definitely a setback. I thought that I was just gonna go knight b5 and smooth sailing, but having to deal with knight f4 is annoying. Bishop a3. Put the knight on d6 now. Attacking a couple pawns, and I don't think they can actually be defended. Bishop c4. I think better off just taking the bishop. Our knight's so strong, but yeah, queen b6 is a huge threat here. I think we got to take this. Whoa. Didn't even consider that there was another move in the position. Things like that will catch you off guard. Rook c8. I don't know if the trickery will actually do anything. Definitely helpful, though, to avoid queen takes. Let's see if it matters. Walking into that. Let's go for this one. Oh, man. Blind. Didn't realize he had king g6 as a move. What the hell? Allowing everything. From completely winning to, well, hopefully we'll win, but harder than it should be. Always safe to pre-move a check. I think we have this one. King e6 is nice, so it just defends everything, and black is not really going to be doing anything here. GG SFM. Kind of unusual that a position where you're up 2 pawns you can lose both of them by going for a queen trade, but apparently we didn't think that one through well enough. Queen b5, much better version of the same idea. And here, well, for some reason I didn't even think that king g6 could be played, but then we're just got nothing. It's not a great endgame conversion, but a pretty nice and easy game. Anytime we get this weird backwards b pawn, this is probably one of my favorite positions we get in the speedrun, and we get it often. All right, Hanzu. Let's go. c4. I'll go for this. This has been a regular move or idea for us. trying to take on c6 and play knight d4. Most people don't expect it very well. We can take, but taking and going here I think is going to be a little bit better. May as well start with this though. And we got an extra pawn, black can't castle. All seems good. Huh. Take that. The bishop's definitely returning there. Takes, looks like the bishop gets trapped. Having to go all the way back, I think, is a good thing for us. I was for some reason thinking of knight d4 when this is the same thing with tempo. And rook b8. We defend our own rook there. This rook to b8 is probably objectively the best move. Ooh, this is the best move. Maybe. Think so. Yeah, this is going to be enough here. So probably let's go like this. Don't think bishop b5 really does anything. Unless, no, knight. I don't see anything with knight e8. So we're gonna have to go here. Actually, this is hanging, so did knight c7 just like not work at all? So I'm gonna have to play this. I'm gonna have to take, and then I have to play a4. That's the only way I can save my a pawn as well. The knight's trapped, but the rook also can't move, is what I'm hoping. And we can play rook c1 next. Yeah, that's a good move. Maybe we could have played that, actually. Take this way. Allow king f8. At least we still have the extra pawn. Although I believe it's going to be quite temporary. Got to make a pass pawn on the outside here. Like g5, all that. Got to take this way. We want the pawn to be as outside as possible. We will play c7 if we're able to. Does this work? I think it could. Don't like that move for black. Yeah, we have a queen here, but I'll also do this. I think it's easier because we get rid of that knight. GG. Made it way too complicated in the end, but I'm loving b takes c6, knight d4. This is, you know, higher ratings here. It's a very successful theme. Works pretty much every time we've had it. Skatey Barrow, thanks for the kicks up. This is already a huge advantage. E4. Okay, A5 will always push. Haven't seen too many people play with A4. I'm gonna pretty quickly target it. D5. Interesting. Can definitely take this, but it'll come at a price. It's pretty greedy. I'm probably gonna do it though. Reason I don't really care for it is, of course, the knight is very obviously offside. But a pawn is a pawn. Does our bishop want to go there? Let's say yes. Bishop e2, castle, queen here. That bishop's definitely going back. There's no way you're taking. So I'm probably going to need to play a4 and knight b5. Because this b file is going to be very annoying for the bishop. So let's play a4. And my hope is that if black wants to win the a-pawn, it'll take a little bit of effort. We can make some achievements in the meantime. Much as we don't want to play d4, the move knight c5 is definitely kind of strong looking. All right, it is going to be d4. I ain't happy with it. I think knight e5 was probably the move. But I just couldn't blunder the d2 pawn like that, so I've gone with d4, for better, for worse. b5's defended, a4's defended. Oh, I feel like that's the kind of reaction, you know, we're pretty satisfied with. Same with that one, honestly. Bishop a3, rook c1. No, we can't take that. Would love to take that. I think we got to go with the knight then. Actually, we have that. Let's take this. I guess there is knight c2, but we have to take this way. There's absolutely no pawn takes. Now, bit of a disappointing situation here. I thought we might have queen e7, but I don't think we do. Yeah, I think I will probably take here. We could take, but we have 16 seconds. It feels like we might be able to do a little bit more with this. Should have gone to b3 first. It's going to be queen a4, but this is the only safe pre-move I can think of. Yeah, should be able to just flag him. We weren't really paying attention to where we were moving, just that we were moving. He definitely was not the fastest. Man, such a shame because this does work. And so 95 is just not a good move because it feels like, oh my God, everything is like perfectly situated here. But of course, there's knight c2 staring us in the face. And there's nothing we could have done. Better move here, of course, but 95 looked like the best move. And then we were just making stuff up here, but he gave us a chance. We get so many pawns there that I think white actually might be doing well. I don't think I had more with the queen and knight here. This is not a situation like anytime you play knight h6, nothing happens. This is not anything that coordinates. I've just seen this pattern so many times and it just never leads to anything. So not the best. And yeah, at this point we were just trying to flag him. 5 versus 18, but he seemed slow. Let's go like this. Probably got to take. We're going to take on c6. Bishop a3, king there is... and not that successful. Threading this. I don't think bishop a3 is that helpful. Surely knight b4. But this should be heavily in white's favor. There's knight c2 here. Knight c5, and you'd bring this rook back. Maybe we could have gone rook b7 there and taken with the other rook. I think this is fine. Knight c2 doesn't work. Take anything here. Rook c7 loses. Must lead to some kind of mate. Yeah, check. This is mate. GG. All right, we're getting some opponents now. Something about taking looks suspicious. Let's push. Bishop b2, let's castle. Oh, I forgot. Knight d4 is not as impressive of a tactic when the bishop's on d6, not e7. Well, we took that way too quickly because there's queen b6 in the end of that line. I'm so used to, well, every single person has blundered this basically, so forgive me for getting used to something that's been blundered every game. But yeah, knight d4, not quite the move we thought it was. This is all because of that. All because of that. Yeah, we should not be taking this. This B file is not supposed to be open. What a huge miss. Somehow we get it done, come away with the victory. That was a real bad endgame. Oh, this was such a terrible move. So when the bishop's on e7, you are threatening to take the bishop with check, so it's more significant. The pawn alone is not dangerous, and I would never open the b file because the bishop's covering b1, so all these threats to my bishop are actually really annoying. My bishop doesn't have anywhere to go. So I would never open the b file. And I did it because I thought I had knight d4, but that's not the case. It's actually quite bad. So then I was like trying to get the bishop to guard this, but anyway, the whole thing was of course just bad, and then just down a pawn in an endgame. Absolutely terrible. Somehow, some way. You always need the checkmate course. You see how often we've had to use this? It's there every time. Oh, we've played this guy before. Low key 5-5-5. I don't know if he's going to play again. He does. Plays e5. I'm going to make sure to play c4 here. I think it's crucial. Don't allow c5. We learned something. Some kind of bishop f7 idea here. So if knight e5, we've actually played this before. You've played the whole exact game. We know what to do, believe me. I think d4 looks decent. a3, bishop e2 as well. Something about bishop e2 that just feels good. Nice and safe. This pin is always really annoying. No way he's going to take that, of course. Bishop b6 guards that. No, he doesn't want to do it. Knight d5 here. Just with the double attack at the end. That was two hanging pieces. He only saw one of them. Lateral moves. Now, knight here does not quite force the queens off the board, so I'm not super excited about it. Although we have bishop g4 there. Yeah, bishop g4. And this will force the queens off. That's what we're looking for. Rook c1. G3, bishop g2 will bother all of these pieces. Just stop g5. I think that was the plan. Rook's got nowhere to go. And we'll take it. Rook there, pretty good move, but we don't need to capture. I think we can wait. So we'll move this back. Knight g5, just throw in a check. Why not? It allows me to react to whatever move gets thrown at me. Let's do that. GG. It's the armadillo. He's back for more. Give me that. Now we're going to play c4. Before black plays c5, we're learning. Okay, castled. I don't think this should work. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel that we missed a tactic, basically. But let's see. King f2 appears to be the most logical. I mean, this is obviously a bit too much. I just can't, I can't buy that working. You know, it's really funny, this position, because bishop c5 is coming. Do I play rook e1? Do I play queen e2? I feel like this is not ridiculous. We'll have to face... Oh. What? Really? really doesn't feel like this should work. But that's not really good enough, because I think it does. I mean, we can always win some material back, but definitely feels a little undeserved. Takes, rook e2. Queen's obviously got to go back. We could throw in rook d1. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I thought queen here, of course we have bishop takes, but that didn't feel good enough. We have rook d1, and the queen is kind of running out of squares, and we're going to have a back rank mate. Let's cover the knight's squares. The knight is just not a participant here. The bishops are dominating the position. This will guarantee the win. GG. Armadillo. We got him twice. That brings us up to 2607. Crossing the threshold. We had to rely on some time wins there. Really starting to get into the nitty gritty of b4 and knight c6. Much success with the Colorado counter gambit. Getting used to some high level tactics and consistent themes in b4 as well. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of another episode of the 1b4 speedrun. I hope you found this as tricky and successful as I did in the series. And remember to subscribe to the chessbrah YouTube channel if you're not already, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when we drop our next upload.